In terms of summer blockbusters, director Brad Peyton's San Andreas is about as typical as it gets, but not necessarily in a bad way. In fact, the movie offers a good deal of fun, deftly straddling the line between action flick and disaster pick. While it's not the most original of films, star Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson anchors the proceedings with all the muscle and determination the lead role demands. That's not to mention the sheer scope of San Andreas, which is both considerable and impressive. In the film, Johnson plays a rescue chopper pilot named Ray, who, in the aftermath of the largest earthquake in recorded history, travels with his estranged wife from Los Angeles to San Francisco to save their only daughter, Blake. Meanwhile, a seismologist played by Paul Giamatti has coincidentally made a breakthrough in predicting earthquakes mere hours before the big one hits, a magnitude 9+ earthquake along the San Andreas Fault. Honestly, Johnson is probably the best part of this movie, and he's certainly the main reason to see it. In addition to nailing all his action scenes, he does a great job with the dramatic moments too. It helps that he has solid chemistry with Carla Gugino, who's an old pro at genre stuff anyway. We also follow Alexandra Daddario's character, but her journey with two random strangers doesn't offer the same emotional weight as her co-stars. Unfortunately, Giamatti's arc is probably the least interesting and amounts to little more than a play-by-play of the events. While the actor does fine work with what he's given, exposition mostly, his storyline is completely unrelated to the families. But as with most movies like this, the story is pretty thin. It's also fairly predictable and unoriginal. For example, there's obviously a scene where the Golden Gate Bridge gets destroyed, which is kind of a running joke in Hollywood anyway. That said, San Andreas knows what it is, and it doesn't try to be anything more. As for the earthquake, there's definitely no shortage of buildings crumbling or the ground breaking beneath people's feet. It can get a little exhausting at times, but the visuals here are top-notch, partly because there's actual color in them. In a time when action movies are ever desaturated and sepia-toned, it's refreshing to see the frame really pop, because ultimately that's what you're paying to see here, out-and-out spectacle, and the film delivers that. It's not the best summer blockbuster you'll see this year, but San Andreas offers solid entertainment thanks to big set pieces, simple storytelling, and of course, The Rock. For more reviews, stay on IGN.